How's it going, everybody? Nikki D here, coming to Live Man yet again. And today, I was requested to try this app out, and this is an interesting one. The app's called Timeleft. Now, you might be asking, what is that? How does it work? Well, that's what we're here to describe. But I will tell you, before we cue the intro, it's to meet 5 strangers for dinner. Stick around. All right, so I was having a game night there with the boys the other night. Had a mate come over, and he told me to try this out. So apparently, I don't know how new and up and coming this is, but Timeleft, yeah. So it's obviously got some kind of reputation because there's some dinners. So this isn't so much of a dating app, but it does ask if you're single. So we'll get to that in a few minutes. But I think what this app is trying to do, or the site is trying to do, is get your compatibility, pair you up with 5 people, so 6 total, including yourself, and you go to dinner with those people, and you get to meet some people. So I mean, you know what? Maybe you could date down the road with it, but it's not. I don't believe, to my knowledge, it's marketed as a dating app. Anywhere I could find, it wasn't marketed like that. But anyway, that being said, we're going to go through the whole setup, talk about the site, the app, what you get with it, and I have a little surprise for you. I've actually paid for it. Whoa, I know. Anyway, so let's get into it. So, account setup, before we even talk about it, I want to talk about the website. So they offer a website. You can go there, sign up for free, all that fun stuff. And they've got an app, so you can do both. I should mention those more often because sometimes what I'm doing is website specific or it's only app specific. However, when you sign up on the website, when you go through, it just comes into portrait mode like you were on a phone, like in an app. And you'll see it in the footage I provide in the video. So it does get not so good. It doesn't look like it was meant for desktop. So in this video, you're going to see both, but probably I will reshoot some stuff and shoot it on my phone just in case. But I did all my setup on the computer. Okay, so the website. We'll talk about that now. Website looks fine. When you go on it, it's got the main page, and it immediately has a timer. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m. there's a dinner. So that's the time, 7 p.m. on Wednesday, and it's got a countdown timer for everyone. There obviously seems to be more than one. Like, it's not just like one in your city. It's just that's the day and time that they schedule them. And then you book your seat accordingly. So you book a seat for that dinner. So you always know when it's going to be too. So it's kind of nice. So it immediately gets booked the seat. So you can do it. That's just make your account or whatever. You can scroll down and they've got a bunch of pictures. I mean, are those legitimate? I don't know. Anyway, if you scroll all the way down though, or close to all the way down, actually really not all the way down, by the way, just a little bit down, it actually gives you a how does it work. So we'll talk about that real quick. And I'm just reading it here live. So how does it work? 1, take the personality test. We're going to come back to that, but that wasn't great. Number 2, you match with 5 strangers. 3, we book and organize. 4, you show up. There's little blurbs. You can read them. They'll be on screen. 4, you show up and get a unique experience. And then 5, you rate the experience and you can stay connected. There is a chat feature in it, in like the app. So that's probably where they're talking about there. So if you're not understanding the premise, I'll book it in now for you. Okay. So what you do is you pay them a little bit of money. Okay. We'll talk about that later, of course. You pay a little bit of money. That being said, Wednesday comes. Okay, we'll talk about the whole timeline, but you get the details. Okay, so they book everything. They just book the venue. You just show up to that venue. You're there with 5 other people. You have your dinner, and you bamboozle. Okay, that's the premise. Okay, weekly dinners all over the world. They've got how many cities and countries, so they kind of boast a little bit about that. I think that's fair. And it's actually got the dots. Like, there's like the one in my province for Nova Scotia. You have it on there where it just says Halifax. Like, you're not getting that in like Lunenburg. Get out of here. Obviously, they boast their reviews on the site. I don't believe any of these normally. I think these are all just a bunch of bogus. But yeah, I mean, whatever. And then they've just got a bunch of balogna on the bottom that, yeah, I mean, how to select your restaurant, yada, yada. Because you can just say, like, what you're into for food and all that. There's a bunch of stuff at the bottom, but I don't think we really need to talk about it. At the top as well, there's, like, an about section that doesn't, in my opinion, really provide a whole lot of information other than just some, like, cliche random, like, videos and stuff. And it all looks like a really young crowd, so it'll be interesting. Like, I haven't attended yet. I'm going next week. So this video will be a 2-part video, but I'll just amend whatever happens at the end of the video. There's a blog. There's that. Okay. Look at that if you wish. It's nice though. But really, let's get into it. The meat and gravy of the video. So once you go to sign up, you're gonna actually not even gonna be questioned. You're gonna be bombarded. You are going to get absolutely slammed with the sheer amount of questions that they're going to have with your personality type. And it's actually really obnoxious just how many come up. Definitely a few minutes to get through all of it. Once you're fortunate enough anyway to get through all of that, which, again, trust me, it's going to take a while, you're going to be prompted immediately into the portrait mode in the computer. So that's what I was talking about. So yeah, there is no sides or anything. It just literally looks like they pulled it right from the phone screen over, which is not really that good. The app itself is pretty simple. I don't think it needs to be anything more than it is, but I will note it's simple. There's not much going on. You have a chat feature, which apparently you have to, I think, upload a picture before you can unlock that. All right. So I did that. You get notifications, of course. That's fine. And then once you've booked a seat, we'll talk about that in a minute, but once you book a seat at a thing, you'll get a picture, hopefully again on screen. It'll say your group. So you're going to get more info on the group. I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know what info they're going to give me, but you get that Tuesday, so the day before. The morning of, at 9 o'clock, you get the restaurant, you get the location, so you get to know where it is. Apparently you unlock the game for your dinner at 7 p.m., so once the dinner starts. I have no idea what that is, but I'm assuming it's an icebreaker. It has to be. There's got to be something to break the ice. That's got to be it. So you get an icebreaker as far as I'm concerned, and then at 11:30 p.m., I don't know who's going on a Wednesday dinner at 11:30 p.m. Obviously, it ends before that. You review the group's compatibility. Apparently. That's their itinerary. I don't mind that. That's okay. Right? I'd like to know more about the game, but we'll find out later, I guess. However, you can't do anything until you subscribe. So we'll talk about that now. So obviously there's a subscription model. We'll talk about that. And then there's a one-time ticket, which is what I paid for. So I know you guys often criticize me on the channel. They're like, well, this guy can't review crap because he hasn't paid for anything. Well, I have. Okay? So one ticket is about $23. I think it was after tax, about $23. I'm okay with. Maybe I'm not okay with that, but we'll come into it now. So that's a one-time thing. That's probably not going to do this more than this. However, there's a subscription. So Timeleft X. It's always X. So it says new, or sorry, they're new. So 1 month, 3 month, and 6 month. You know what I'm doing. So 1 month is $34.99 total. 3 months is $74.99, which works out to about $25 a month. And then 6 months is $114.99, which is, yeah, about $19.16 a month. Canadian. Okay, I gotta check my pizza. Cut the video. Alright, folks, sorry about that. Had to get some za, dude. Alright, so where we were talking about the subscription. Now, with the prices, I'm sure you want to know, what do you get with that? So they were so nice to basically allow you to do a couple things. Most of the features I don't really think they're any use to them. You get travel, but this just in no order. But maybe we should do one just to make it specific. It actually took me like I'm not gonna lie to you, probably like 2 minutes to figure out how to actually go through the perks. I literally had no sweet clue how to do it. So the first one you get is you get access to all dinners. So it says every week sign up for a Wednesday dinner. So I'm assuming like once per month, if you like the 1 month subscription, if you pay the $34.99, you could get a total of 4 dinners out of that because it's only Wednesday. You get a new venue each week, dine in a new restaurant. So my confusion is, do you just get the same restaurant if you don't pay for that? Next feature we have is new faces. So it says meet new personalities every week. Again, my complete best guess is that it's pairing you with just whoever, where that like maybe is specific. It's like, oh, if you've met that person, like it'll try to get somebody different. I don't know how it does it. Travel mode, of course, so you can use it anywhere. You can use it in any city. That could be really, really good. I was thinking, because I've recently done some solo traveling, so that I could see the advantage of doing that, right? Where you could get out and you could do that. And it says enhance your experience. The more you participate, the more accurate the algorithm will be about your connections. I don't know, man. That just sounds like science. I don't understand it. Keep in touch. Engage directly with people you meet with Timeleft Connect. I don't understand. Maybe there's a match. I'll know more. I'll know more. This is going to be a 2-part video. There is another part of this video where I'm going to be on the DJ Pocket walking home from the dinner, right? And you guys are going to see it like right as I do this, where me, it's like a week away. So I'm just speculating, okay? And honestly, that's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot. But yes, I did pay for it. I don't know if I was going to put proof. I was going to put a little thing where I was like actually showing my Visa going through. But yeah, honestly, the app has really not a whole lot in it. It's very basic, like I've said before. The compatibility matches, it did ask me like my age, like what food I like, if I'm single. So I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm assuming like if there's a bunch of singles, it might try to pair them together because we're more compatible. I don't know. So how this is going to go, I'm not going to read any reviews yet. However, the guy that told me about it said it was fairly negative received, but I don't think I've seen that. I've kind of quickly gone on Reddit and it looked fairly positive, but again, I could be completely wrong. So what we're going to do in this case is I'm going to end the video. We'll then Google up some reviews or something on the way home. So you guys will see me sitting here for the next like 30 seconds, and then it's going to cut, and I should be walking home, and I'll talk about how the dinner went. I know that's obviously a user experience. It could be different, right? I can have dinner with 5 people, and it could go splendidly, and then have dinner with another 5 people, it could go horribly. But I want to rate it overall and actually try it and see what happens. So we'll cut the video here, and hopefully you guys are now seeing my afterthoughts. All right, how's it going? So for you guys, it's been like 10 seconds, and for me, it's been a whole week. So I just finished the Timeleft dinner. I got a little funny story, but I'm actually doing an after party. There was a second table, as I assumed correctly, by the way. So there's a second table, and they like one of the guys I knew, which was hilarious. And they were like, hey, we're going to just go out for a quick pint. You want to come over? We're going to another bar. Because I think the spot I was at was closing. So I'm actually en route, and ironically, it's just like on my way home, which is hilarious. So I'll just walk over there. We'll have a pint. We'll talk about it. But I want to just give a quick follow-up, guys, about where I'm at, how it went. Because that's what I said I would do, so... You know, I'm a man of my word. So I actually have to be quite honest. It was actually extremely pleasant. I don't know, man. I was a little nervous, like not in a way of like anxious. I wasn't even really thinking about it, to be honest. But I was more nervous of like, how's this going to go? But it was actually people like, it's pretty much what I thought. It was people like around my age, so easier kind of to relate. It was cool too. In the app, like I got the location in the morning. Which was ironically really close to my apartment. It was like 12 minutes walk, and I was like, that's disgusting. But yeah, so it's like, okay, so it's down the road. You can obviously look at the menu, all blah, 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 blah. They don't give you like really any information except for like where people are from. So you can see like Canada, Egypt, you know, whatever, right? And you're like, okay, so like you get an idea. But you don't get any other information. They did give the game, but for some reason it wouldn't load for me because I'm just using it through the browser, so like maybe that's on me. But apparently it was just like icebreaker questions. We just ignored that. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, that sounded like a joke. But yeah, like, I mean, who cares for that? But I think if you just have like, if you have genuine people that are like actually just wanting to meet, it's gonna run itself. It was interesting too, like the waitress didn't really know much about it, but I guess they got like called or something by some lady. So obviously like, and they switched restaurants as far as I know, because she said they had never done it. But the fact that they had 2 tables of 6 people, right? That's pretty good, right? Well, the other table had 6, we had 4. So we had 2 no-shows, which was kind of unfortunate. And everybody was pretty much on time. Like I got there, as you know, as I do. I tried to be late, and I got there 2 minutes early, so that's how that goes. But I mean, I think people were there like genuinely pretty much after. So we got a guy right here on the left. He's making a weird motion, so I'm just going to move the camera. But I'm going to keep talking, so you can just see where I'm going. This is what I like with the Pocket, because I don't actually have to view myself. You can just kind of see it. But yeah, so I mean, overall, I mean, like I'm shocked. Like, it was actually very pleasant. Yeah, like it just actually seemed like decent human beings, but I think it's also based on like, as I said before, like who actually goes. So you could probably have a very negative experience because of just the people that go, but I think like, I don't know, overall, positive is what I would rate. I would say very positive. And that's just from, sorry, I'm just having the camera down. But yeah, it's just like, that's just from a first time perspective. Now, would I do it again is a question. That's the real debate. I don't know, you know, and my fear of that would be like when I've done speed dating. Am I going to see the same people over and over again? Because the two tables, there was a person on each table that knew each other, like they had met previously. One of the girls at our table, it was 2 girls, 2 guys, so it was actually a good mix as well. She had said she had tried it previously. Okay, there's just someone yelling out in the parking lot. I don't know, he's just singing. But yeah, like, she's like, I've tried it before, and obviously it must have been okay because she's back. So that's like actually pretty awesome to see. But yeah, I don't want to make this part too long. I typically would read reviews at this stage, but obviously you can tell where I am. I'm on the go. So that's not grand. But I might just like, I don't know, like I could toss a couple into the video. I don't know, we'll do that after. I don't really know how I want to format it. But I think like that, it's something I'll consider. It's like I'll just put them on screen or something. But the people at the dinner were very, I thought everybody was actually pretty professional too. But I thought everybody, like, I asked about it, because I went to the other table too, because my buddy like flagged me, and I was like talking to them real quick, and I'm obviously going to talk to them here shortly. And I just asked people, it's like, what did you guys think? Like, how was it? Like, just genuine, like, how was it? And I mean, the fact that like all 6 of them are going out for a drink is like, that's pretty awesome. But furthermore, it's like nobody had a negative thing. Like, people had apparently looked up stuff about it. Because I guess everybody at my table, for some reason, not me, they were all getting ads about it, like, everywhere. And they're like, we should try this. And apparently they had, like, gone on Reddit, like I would do, and a few other places. And they all saw, like, a lot of positive feedback. So I think that's really, really good. And again, I think if you're going to look at a negative review, I think you're not going to get a negative review about the app. I think you would get a negative review because, like, maybe a girl went and it was all men and she just didn't really like it. I don't know. Something like that. Like, I don't know. I think that's all I got. I think that was pretty much it. Yeah, so I mean, again, the dinner was at 7 o'clock. It basically goes to like 7 to 9, I guess. It's not really like a time frame. And then apparently in the app after the words, and again, if I remember, I'll put it on screen. I should take a screenshot after. You just get like an option to like give people a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Apparently it's just like if you got on with them, I assume. And then I think you can like connect after if you wish to, which is a great, honestly, like it's kind of speed dating all over again, but it's like a great system that if you're just like, okay, like we had a good chat, there you go. So yeah, so I think overall, I mean, enjoyable. And I'm a little surprised. You know, it's funny when, you know, like when I start getting like really quiet, it's like always really obvious that like there's obviously somebody like standing like really close on the sidewalk, so I don't want to just be that animal. But yeah, no, final notes. So I should end the video because I mean the first part's also a little bit of time, so I don't want this being super long. Positive experience. I'm genuinely surprised, and I would indeed consider doing it again, but probably not too frequently, like once a month or something, because the 1 month dinner is like $20, right? 22, I think 22. So it's like, all right, like it's all right, that's a few bucks. But again, like off the cuff, like it's like, you know, if I do it once a month, it's not that big of a deal, and it's a fantastic way to meet strangers. But again, like in final notes, I think the review could have been completely different had I had a different table and maybe people didn't get on so well, or, you know, it's really, I think it would almost be luck of the draw. So I think the matching system, and I call it that because it's kind of what it is, I think the matching system is important. Like, are you going to meet people that are all married and you're single? Well, you might have a harder time relating. Are you going to meet people that are in your age range or not, right? And again, it's like, it might be harder for you to relate to those people. So I think that's probably something that's like handled in on the back end. But yeah, that being said, I want to, kill the video, and yeah, thanks. That's it. That's all I got. If I want to, it depends how long the video is. I might just read some reviews when I get back home, like tomorrow, and add it to the end of the video, just as a final note. But I probably won't bother. So if not, see you later, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace. All right, guys. One last part. I know I said it was going to be quick. We're actually just on the Pocket at home. I don't even want to hook up the Sony. I literally just had to get dressed to do this video. I wanted to quickly sum up the video with the reviews. I didn't look at the reviews. I normally do, and they are very interesting. So let's quickly talk about them. We'll try to speed this up as fast as possible. I'm just gonna read like maybe 10 of them real fast. I'm just gonna blitz through them. I went on Trustpilot. You could go on the App Store. Obviously it's a complete. I'm just looking it up right now. But it is going to be different. App Store is actually pretty high rated. It's 4.7, which is an extremely positive score. I usually don't read much of the App Store ones because there's normally not too much written, but I'll read the Trustpilot ones and we'll kind of go from there. So here we go. First one. The restaurant was closed. Scam. Exclamation points there, by the way, too. Very bad experience. When I arrived at the restaurant, it was closed for a private event. Me and other people that were booked on the dinner waited outside trying to contact Timeleft, but there was no way to get in touch with them. No number to call or chat. You only fill in an online form. Zero assistance from Timeleft. The restaurant said they did advise Timeleft there was a private event, so wondering how that works. Is Timeleft charging users online and then not even checking with the restaurant for a booking of 12 people? Because I think it's the 2 to 6, right? We ended up in a restaurant nearby that was not very happy to accommodate us because it was about to close. I contacted Timeleft via the form, and more than a week has passed. I got no reply. Of course, I was charged by Timeleft for the dinner in advance, but at this point, I doubt I will get a refund. This is a scam. Never again. That is a very scary thing. I will say, like, going to the restaurant, apparently someone did call, but another review down here, I read them really quickly, and we'll probably get to read the review. The question also proposed by the reviewer was, is someone actually going to the restaurant and vetting it and checking things? We don't know. Total scam. First line, total scam. So total scam. Charged my card, sent me a reservation confirmation, and then never followed up with a location and name of restaurant. I got no response from customer service. Like, what? You didn't cancel it? No, I'm the one who just paid for the service, and I signed up for my first outing. I haven't heard from customer service since. If I checked reviews first, I would have never have ordered. Sorry. International charge to my Visa will take a while to dispute. Beware. Again, like, I can't, you can't count the validity of a review. But I mean, I got my information in the morning like it was promised for the restaurant and everything. But what I'm commonly reading, at least these first two anyway, customer service seems to be a joke. And this is like October. This is not long ago. It's October 10th. Good people, Half didn't show. I like the people that I met. The three of us had a good conversation and found many things in common. Good work on matching compatible people. But there were supposed to be 6 of us, not 3. Very disappointing. The restaurant had good food, but it was tapas, and our order had way too many dietary restrictions to share. I wish I had more control over which restaurant we actually met in, and I'm in Chicago. Again, for the further point, last night 2 people bailed or no-showed, whatever. I guess you can see if people like mark themselves as going to be late or something, but the 3 people that I did meet were all basically on time, if not maybe just a couple minutes late. So that was pretty reasonable. That's what I thought it would be. But we'll continue down the list. Great first experience, 5-star review. I went to my first dinner and absolutely loved the experience. My table actually matched perfectly the ideas, behaviors, and etc. We'll do it again. Again, we're going to blitz a couple more. First dinner was a success. At my first Timeleft dinner, I made friends directly. They're still my friends, and we each see each other regularly. They come from everywhere, which made for some the most interesting fellows. I don't know how to read, apparently. I will say these 5-star reviews are in here. They are actually several 5-star reviews. We'll read a couple more real quick here. So actually, I'll just read the subject line of this one because it's just a lot of text. Nice guests, terrible operations, unimpressive dinner experience. Like, that is a lot, right? And there's just a lot of text. I'll just put the review on screen. You can quickly read through it. But anyway, needless to say, you get no-shows. Customer service isn't really good. It's not the one I'm thinking here, but there's one that actually is a review that was saying, it's not that one in particular, but was saying that was like, man, you're getting so much money, like you think you could, there could be something to be done. And out of the 12 people, apparently 2 of them showed. So it was like 2 tables, and it was like 1 table of 2 people. It was like, wow. Scam and overcharge, do not use. Was attracted by a discount code. When it was time to pay, put in my discount code. It registered, and when I actually paid, it was said the right number. But when I looked at my statement, it charged me the full price. That's not good. We're supposed to be 8 and only 4. We're supposed to be 8 and only 4 showed up. All men. No reimbursement from the company. Avoid. I don't think like all men is a bad thing, but I think when you have 8 people scheduled and 4 show up, that is not ideal. I think in some situations it can be okay because you can maybe get on really well with those people. But again, I absolutely I can't argue that. You know, it is what you're paying for, and you're not getting it. There's some sneaky auto repayments. I don't know what you would call it, recurring payments. Okay, just like 3 more. I agree with everyone. This app is terrible for Sacramento. I thought it was Scam Auto. I don't know why I said that, thinking that. After the first time, I was booked at the same restaurant, so I canceled. I tried to rebook, but they booked me at the same place. The app has been messed up. I canceled again, but when I try to rebook, it is in limbo and won't let me choose a date. It's a hot mess. I paid for 3 months and I can't get my money back. It's a waste of money. If you're traveling and are going to a lot of cities, it may be worth it, but not if you're the same local. Don't do it, my fellow local peeps. And we'll read a few more interesting good ones. Incredible experience. I did good friends and enjoyed nice drinks in the after party. Yeah, there is technically an after party. They'll recommend like a bar like down the street. I guess the restaurants they're picking might not necessarily be open super late, so if you guys want to go out, that is an option as well. Great meeting concept. I really like this way to meet new people, or to meet people. This app allowed me to discover new great places, but above all, great people to recommend. And we'll go one more positive one here. The best concept about meeting new people. The idea is so great. The app is the future for sure. All recommendations. Yeah, so I kind of did talk about this last night on the review when I walked home, but in the final closing guys of the video, it's going to be like a 25-minute video. I personally really liked it, and I think my experience was quite good. I can see where people would have a negative experience based on just people attending, but I think it's really, really rough to review something, off a one-time go. I get that that's what a lot of people will do, and that makes sense to me, but, I'm not going to review... If I went out last night and the people that I met at the table I didn't get on with, I'm not going to review the app poorly. Because the people I met, like the company wasn't good. I don't feel like that would be appropriate of me to do so. Because you don't know how the tables will go, right? So, but it is interesting to see how they're matching people. That I don't really get 100%. But, at the end of the day, I think it was a pretty positive experience for myself. That's how I look at it anyway. I think it was a positive experience. And I probably would honestly do it again, but I'm not sure I want to pay like $20 for every time. I feel like that can kind of add up. So, I don't know. There's that. So, anyway, try it for yourself, guys. Time left. All right, that's it. Peace.